Hello, future Leo here. I need to take a moment to address something important. YouTube has been attacking what they call inauthentic content. One of the things I've been told that triggers this attack, the removal of monetization or what have you, is one of the things that triggers it is a unpaused react. So the version of this video that goes up on YouTube, I will be cutting out my minimal reaction portion and only giving you the maximal reaction portion. But I will be uploading this video to X and later Rumble, and I will be doing that with all my previous videos, all my previous reacts. I have not yet monetized my YouTube channel. I'm glad to be learning about some of this stuff now. I think I am probably going to have to ensure that before I hit that monetize button, before I even see if I'm able to be monetized, I'm going to probably start putting content on Rumble and X. I don't stream, and I don't know if Kick does normal videos. If they do, then I will also upload there. Basically, I just wanted to let you know what's happening and what's going to happen with these videos in the future. Once I do monetize, I do not want the chance that YouTube then goes back to previous videos that I posted before monetization and then goes, hey, we're going to take down your monetization because your previous videos were non-compliant. So I'm going to be removing those sections from all the videos in the YouTube editor, and then I will be posting the full versions to X and to Rumble later. I hope that is enough. Welcome, lords and ladies, kings and queens, my noble court, to the Cosmic Archive, a living legendarium of a million worlds. I am Lord Master Leonis, your humble scribe and archivist, and curator of this fine establishment. I wanted to do a react to a Pdeudogrey video. I wanted to do this because I've misidentified Pdeudogrey twice. I finally got it right in the Stars video, but I misidentified him once as a gender-bent Kitsura Nines, and I identified him once as KiNi the Hound when he is not KiNi the Hound. He usually has a nameplate on him, and I did not know that pseudo in this case was part of a name because it also can refer to like a not quite real something. Unfortunately, there are no Pdeudogrey videos. He has a channel on YouTube, but he doesn't have any videos he's posted to YouTube. I suppose he might have videos on X or Rumble. I haven't checked those. But on YouTube, he does not have any. That being said, there is a video by KiNi the Hound that looks like it is a bit of an homage to Pseudo. Pseudo is the creator of the Skyedex. The Skyedex, I believe, is a list of content creators and other folks associated with Sky through the cinematic universe, which at present I'm relatively certain doesn't have like a lore through line, but it does have sort of like IRL lore of people interacting with each other. So I'm going to react to this video, which from what I gather is about KiNi and Pdeudogrey. I will do this the way I always do. We'll do a watch through with minimal react, and then I'll do a more maximal reaction. Those of you who are watching this on YouTube will not get the minimal reaction because YouTube has decided that an unpaused react is not acceptable under their terms of service. So I'll be cutting that out for the YouTube portion. I'll be cutting that portion out for the YouTube audience. Those of you who watch this on X and Rumble, when I post it, you guys will get the full experience. I will be starting to do that soon. I've got to get a few things set up for that. But either way, without further ado, let's get into it, shall we? Well, actually, let me check the description real quick. I'll be going back to my shift work after this one, so I will not be uploading songs as fast. SCU's Reactor signing a sigh of SCU Reactor signing a sigh of relief. I don't know, this is the first time I've reacted to one of your videos. Maybe I should react to more. There is a list, it looks like, of folks here, so I'll be able to see if I'm missing anybody. Okay, first let's do the minimal react. We'll full screen this for the minimal react. We'll CC it to see what amount of words we can get right. All right. Okay. Hi, and thanks for watching. Pdeudogrey has been hard at work for the past few weeks, gathering almost everyone's lore, social links, and character pictures into a Google Doc, and we have named it the Skyedex. Can't thank Night Owl for the name. To simplify the job for AI creators to get cameo material and lore made directly with the person themselves to do their lore justice, and not obscured by Discord being Discord. Link for access to it will be provided in Skynet. Any additions or edits to your respective folder for security reasons will be done through Pdeudogrey. He is always open to conversation. I like the, first of all, welcome back, YouTube. I'll probably have you come back for that bit I just read, but welcome back. I like the, they portray it like a sort of detective situation, but there's kind of a little playing with the idea that Pseudo's kind of like running around stalking people for their info, but it's done in a very joking manner, so it's all in good fun. So I suppose this must be the guy I have to talk to if I want to know more details about people and their lore. I'll be honest, I didn't really know much about Pdeudogrey. I was aware the Skyedex was a thing. I haven't really looked at it yet. Probably should have, but I haven't. And then I was under the impression KiNi the Hound was connected to the Skyedex in some way, but I didn't know any other names that were connected to it. I haven't really dived in as much as I wanted to with the community yet. That's largely just because of the family business I've been dealing with. Basically, long story short, I have a funeral to get to in Minnesota for my uncle, and I've been spending the last month or so most of my real life time outside of work has been doing prep work for all of that. So once that's done, I'm going to have a lot more free time. So that's going to be a week from Tuesday. I'll be making that trip. And then that week, I probably won't upload much because I won't be in town. But other than that, yeah, hopefully I can spend some more time doing research because research is important. This was a good video. It had a good song. It was a good bop. I like the idea that he's running around getting people's information and using that knowledge against folks. So, well, I mean, he says knowledge is my ultimate power. So I'm like, within the fourth wall, there's a sense that he knows everybody's info. So if you try to cross him, he can use it against you. But I'm very certain that in the real world that is not the case, and he is just keeping lore tabs on everybody in the Skyedex. So let's go ahead and watch through this again, and I'll give you my more maximal reaction. So, of course, I suppose right off the bat, I got for those who aren't aware, I got a full screen so I can scroll down and I can see cameos when I don't know who it is. This is obviously the man here, Pdeudogrey. He's on his phone and sitting in his big fancy chair. This is interesting. I love this aesthetic of the library situation. Like, this is a study more. I also go for this aesthetic with the library. But rather than a black suit, I use a white suit.
Skyedex search data dump whole world on my back. Lore tab scroll through, no time to slack.
I am curious if the term lore tab, I wonder when that was coined. The first time I ever learned of the term lore tab was in Destiny 2, but I'd be willing to bet that Bungie did not make up that term. It probably was used before that. I don't know. I'm really going to have to check out the Skyedex after this because I didn't even realize what the Skyedex really was. I thought it was kind of just a Discord page with basic information about all the different people on it, so that if you wanted to include them as a cameo in a video, you could do that, but it looks like it's much more in-depth than that.
Social links, tangle web, who's who, where they at. Characters whisper.
Okay, actually, I'm gonna need to go back now. I'm thinking because I'm betting I am betting these three are cameos, I'll bet, and I don't know who they are. I'm gonna guess it's these two, Nikola Official, or these three, Nikola Official, Fiad, Baikal, and enter 2 credits. That kind of makes sense. Yeah, I can see that how this is enter 2 credits. We don't have any idea what enter 2 credits looks like because his avatar is just 2 digital coins. Oh, did these papers actually say anything on them? Or is it just random AI text? So I'm guessing this is Nikola. I've never heard of them. I don't know who they are. Okay. Is this what I think it is? Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. It's she's another one of the Kitsune VTubers. I I created a cursed image on X. She posted a picture of her like with a mad face, and she was like, "Oh, she's looking at you because you're up to something fishy." So I turned her model into a fish and said, "Yeah, I'm up to something fishy." This guy must be Ked Jisan. This is another person I don't know anything about. He's got a dapper suit though. This is the the campfire bar, not the campfire band. I thought that was a campfire band. Whoops. I am pseudo, and my info is, and your info is my desire. This is Kitsura 9's. I would say Kitsura 9's, Leaflet, and Psychro, but this can't be Leaflet because Leaflet doesn't have horns. I wonder who that is. Cinevier. I hope I pronounced that right. Cinevier? I have never heard of Cinevier. I'm already learning that this guy is like way ahead of me on knowing who people are. Obviously, KiNi the Hound is way ahead of me on knowing who people are because he put them all in here. But Pseudo obviously is like way ahead of me, and now I feel like I'm sort of the subpar. I'm not even the apprentice. I haven't even talked to the guy yet. Oh, and then this guy is Psychro in what we're about to see is like one of the finest suits ever. Circles, intricate dance. Dude, this looks so cool. Although his hair kind of doesn't look blonde. I wonder if this is before Psychro came out with a picture of himself without the mask, because for a little while Psychro didn't have a picture of himself without the mask. This I love that they like all turn to see him in the window at the same time. And they're like, what are you doing there? Dude, I love this. Like, Psychro looks so incredibly dapper in this. I've never, like I said, I don't know who Cinevier is. I've never seen Kitsura in like a Victoria era dress before. This is a very different version. But see, all their eyes glow, but his eyes glow too. I'm not sure if that's maybe an AI thing, but he out here like Spider-Man on the wall for real. Is that Cinevier who he's got on the picture there? It does maybe look like that? Yeah, no, those aren't the right horns. See, this is the kind of info I'm guessing Pseudo has on people, but I don't. Because like obviously this is Griffin Knight here, and I don't know who this is he's looking at. Wait, I don't think I noticed that before. Griffin Knight is here. This is his desk. He's got the picture of the lady. And we move forward, and that's the same desk, same lamp, same book with the spade over here. So when Griffin Knight left, he swooped in to get all the information. That's some secret agent shit right there, man. Come on. That's like some shit I'd see in a 007 movie. And he took the paperwork too. Interesting. I like the designs for these background elements in here. You got the feather kinda sitting in an inkwell, and then you got these inkwells here. I also like the expression they gave him for this, where he's got like the mischievous evil smile. Also, I've been noticing maybe I've just been noticing it more recently. There's a lot of characters with heterochromia. Kitsunero has heterochromia. Pdeudogrey has heterochromia. There's another VTuber I want to say her name is Aura or Ori. She's a Polish VTuber. She's got heterochromia. I know there was a time when I was younger where heterochromia was like a really cool thing to give your OC. And I don't know if this is maybe like a branch off of that socially. And maybe I'm just noticing it more because it got brought up to me about in some way, and now I'm just seeing it in places. Oh, that was the Gaming Syndicate, by the way, in this one here. This is the Gaming Syndicate, who's always dripped out. Like, this is such a cool outfit. The first Gaming Syndicate video I ever watched was him reacting to Crybrows, and in both the Crybrows video and his React video, it was just like him in the gas mask with a hoodie on, and that was like his whole look. And now, thanks to the Skybrows universe, he's got this whole black gold emperor persona going on. It's very cool. Yeah, actually, it's kind of a cool contrast looking between the two of them, because he's got like black, red, and gold going on here, and he has like a black and bronze going on for his outfit. This isn't in anyone else's room, is it? This is Gray back in his house, basically, right? He's got a monocle on now. Now I appreciate this. Deep dive in the archives, ancient scrolls unfold, secrets unearthed, stories untold. I haven't really gotten into it on this channel, but I love history. And I love this idea of having like an archive of books and stuff that you could just go find and read and learn about the world that was. It's to me, it is incredibly fascinating and deeply beautiful. So I enjoy this appreciation for like knowledge and information stored in a place like this. One day, if I have my druthers, I will be rich enough to make a library like this and hopefully protect it. We will see. Ancient scrolls unfold, secrets unearthed, stories untold, every character's past, brave, wicked. Now see, I'm not sure who these folks are. It says every character's past, brave, wicked, or bold. I think I must have missed somebody, because Governor Versace after... Well, unless this is Governor, for one of these two is Governor Versace. Where did I miss him? Because you have... This is the Gaming Syndicate. So this can't be Governor Versace, this shot. I just noticed he is a cat boy. He has a cat tail. I thought these were fox ears. So it can't be here either because he's walking through just the archive thing. So that means one of these two has to be... I'm going to guess the guy on the left is Governor Versace and the guy on the right is Silas Frostrunner. Really? That's Silas? But Silas has like a whole outfit, like a whole naval outfit he wears now. I'm kind of curious though, because it says say every character's past, brave, wicked, or bold. So I wonder if this is like on purpose. And I don't know Governor Versace, so maybe he had a different outfit in the past and he has a different outfit now. But I'm kind of curious if, or alternatively, if Versace is a previous persona that Silas Frostrunner had. Again, I don't know all of this stuff. It sounds like I really need to talk with Pdeudogrey and learn more about these things before making more deep dive videos on things. I do feel like I'm not informed as much as I should be. That having been said, I've never seen Silas portrayed like this, so I'm kind of surprised. I'm guessing that must be Silas because he's the next one in the list. And I don't recognize this guy, so it must be Versace. And Silas doesn't normally have a beard anymore, I don't think. Huh. I don't know. It would also make sense, too, that this is Governor Versace because he looks like he lives in a big fancy mansion. And he has a title. But I've never seen Frostrunner portrayed this way. See, maybe that's not the case then. Because this is definitely Silas. So maybe What this is Governor, because he's saying every character is past, brave, wicked, or bold. Maybe this is Governor Versace's past, or vice versa. One of these pictures is the past, and one of these pictures is the now. So then both of these would be Versace. That actually does make sense because the hair looks similar. Worth more than gold. Yeah, information probably is the most valuable thing on the planet. It's one of those things, thinking about the world around me right now, just so many people don't know things. They just don't know things. You know, I have conversations with my coworker that I share a spot with at work, and sometimes I'll bring something up and they just are completely unaware. And I feel there's always stuff lost between generations, but the new generation's lost a lot. There is stuff that my peers and I consider very normal to be aware of, that when I talk to people in Gen Z and Gen Alpha, they just have no idea those things exist. And it's crazy to me, like, how much data, how much information has just been lost in one generation of people. Just a disinterest in learning anything beyond your immediate need. But maybe that's pulling a bit too deep. I don't know. This is definitely Silas Rostrunner and his wife. Oh, how did he get this light effect? How did you do that, KiNi? That looks really cool, actually. Oh, it's kind of an effect that kind of is pushing on this. I thought it was on like a light thing on the walls. Could probably make an effect like this. I don't think I could get it to look like that though. I almost transitioned from being like a lights on the wall look to being like in the foreground. Okay, and now he's entered the red veil, clearly. Now I don't know this. I don't know this. I saw this image recently, the upside down pyramid. I saw this image recently. I want to say it was on X. It might have been on YouTube though. I don't know who is associated with this image. I'm gonna guess it's the mummy guy, who I still haven't got his name right a single time, so maybe I can fix that. Yep, mummy playing games. Okay. That's his interesting that it says Louisverse Cinematics next, even though we don't actually see Lady Wasabi in that shot. We just see the red veil. And then we have Mumi playing games, I guess is what this is. I'm going to have to look into that because I feel like in practically every video I've done now that Mumi shows up, or it's Mumi or Mummy. I'm guessing it's Mummy. Every single one that Mummy's shown up, I've been like, I've seen this guy around, but I don't know who he is. So now I'm going to have to go watch some playthroughs or something that he did. I love how he's doing like a hop, skip, and a jump now. Info overload, brain cells on fire, Skyedex Hound taking me higher. What is this? The next one is supposed to be Shiver. So this might just be... This is interesting though. I wonder if this is the fire around which everybody gathers. Because well, this came out first though, I think. This came out way before the... I wonder if this is the bonfire. It gives me vibes and feelings similar to the Feeble Mind Shiver video, where she saw the bonfire from the ocean and came up to see it. But this was definitely made before that. I don't know if Shiver had something to that effect, or something that she said or did to that effect within her, I guess within her lore prior to Feeble Mind's video. But it does remind me of that. I guess this would just be... Because the next one is Shiver. These are just like locations he's going to, huh? Ooh, I like this post-apocalyptic shot. Not really sure what's going on here. This kind of looks like a rusty iron rope. Well, I guess it would be called an iron cord, not a rope. It looks a lot like a rope, though. Back in the red veil. There's Lady Wasabi. Also, by the way, no, don't do that to me. These ships, these planes, they look so cool, and they're hovering. That's why I call them a ship. This doesn't really look like it's a plane. They'd be an airship of some type, I think. Planes, like the biggest difference between airplanes and airships is an airship has a capacity to like hover in the sky, or at least this is how I've always parsed it in my head. An airship can move slowly through the sky or hover in place or something. Something like the Shield helicarrier is an airship because on top of the fact that it's literally a ship, but it can do these things. It's a mobile but can also be stationary base of operations that sends other smaller ships or planes out of it. An airplane, to stay airborne, has to keep moving. It can't stand still like these. So that's why that's how I differentiate it in my head. But that may not have anything to do with anything in the long run. But the design on these are so sick. What is that shot? There's also, he went from like this three-dimensional, this caught me off guard. He went for this three-dimensional sort of view. He's been jumping around all day, and all of a sudden it's just like, bam, anime boy now. So like, he does still look like anime boy, but he's got a three-dimensional look to him in here. And in a lot of his previous shots, like this whole thing, he doesn't look two-dimensional. He looks like a three-dimensional thing in the city. And then in this shot here, he looks like a two-dimensional anime character. That was Mummy, by the way. So yeah, it would have had to have been because it said Louisverse and then Mummy. I suppose that is in order. Red Veil and then the pyramid, the upside down pyramid. Then we see Lady Wasabi, then we see Mummy. There's Shiver. See, I was talking about this in the Stars video. This is how Shiver is normally depicted. Like this cutesy, cartoony character, and she definitely has a sort of happy, bubbly feel to her. And then in Stars, she looks like this lady empress of the jellyfish people, merchant nobility type character. Social circles, intricate dance. Who trusts who? Social circles, intricate dance. This sounds like a spy movie sort of song. Like it's very inspired by spy movie type stuff. Like James Bond going in and he has to know who he talks to and who he dances with and all this other stuff. And on like you have your badass moments where you're fighting the bad guys, but you also just have like this social intrigue that goes with it. Because you're a spy, you can't be known or outed as working for an enemy nation. You have to play the part of being a normal member of this society. Another show that does that really well is Spy Family. That's a really good one as well. I also like this gotta catch them all, because that really is sort of a thing going along. Like whenever Skybrows seems to have someone else in mind that he wants to rope in, there's sort of a sense like we caught another one. So, I'm guessing this is him. This is like a depiction of him creating the Skyedex initially, yeah? Are these people actually folks in the Skyedex? Like Rain Tyrannus, is that actually a guy? I never heard of him. Elara, though, sounds like a basic enough name. It could be anybody. Okay, that's Fiad. So I'm going to guess the other two are also. So let me see. Keen. Yeah, so Rain Taran and Ritzy VT. Fyod shows up twice. Yep. So yeah, so these are actually people. They're actually people in the Skyedex. There's Feeblemind in his seal form with his Burger King crown. Skybrow's Skynet. Is he like welding that shut so Pdeudogrey can't just go in and get the information? Or is he trying to like break it open? I'm not sure what's going on there. This shot, I'm gonna say what this shot reminds me of, and I think people are probably gonna think that it's either a really deep pull or it's like I don't know, not a good call. This shot reminds me of the Zexian boss fight in Kingdom Hearts RE Chain of Memories, because he has a book in his hand and he attacks you with books and papers and stuff. And this, specifically this thing here, because Zexian actually has a move where he has books and papers moving around him like this. So it reminds me a lot of that. The code stuff in the background, though, that's new. That's definitely unique to this. I like that idea of like your information is like my ultimate desire. So what do we have here? Muru Mao and Ritzy VT. So that makes sense because this looks like the girl who was on the Skyedex page. So this must be Muru Mao. I don't know anything about either of these folks. See, and this is probably the creepiest he looks in the entire video. I am not calling him creepy, by the way. I just like, this comes off as like some serious stalker shit. Now, this I'm curious about. I just noticed his shirt says Fed with an American flag on it. I wonder... I just noticed this has a different flag. I bet these are cameos. Fed and lore, yeah, yep. But I'm curious if this is representative of like government agents tracking this shit down. I don't know. This is a whole server room. See, I'm guessing Fed and lore are probably like content creators who work together. I'm guessing from this. But as soon as I saw Fed with an American flag, what that immediately led me to believe is like, oh, this guy's a federal agent. And maybe that's like his aesthetic. That's what he's going for. I don't know what's going on over here, but this is definitely a different looking flag. Okay, Melody. These all have their names on them. What I'm finding interesting is more the piece here, the shot. Melody is in Melody KiNi Universe. That's something else I noticed. This says Skybrow CUX KiNiverse. So it sounds like KiNi the Hound has his own universe going on outside the bounds of the Skybrow's cinematic universe. I'm curious what's going on here. Is this just supposed to be like a data center and these are people who work with Pdeudogrey? Or is this a representation of folks from the KiNiverse interacting with the Skybrow's universe? I'm not sure what's going on here. So this one on the end must be... Oh, I'm going to mispronounce this, I bet. Anicia. It looks like Anicia. Okay, and this is Dot Pocket here and Elf Harper. And considering he's got a wolf in this image, I am guessing Elf Harper has a pupper regularly. He didn't appear with one in the Feeblemind Shiver video, but I've seen him now in the Louisverse in Stars. He had a dog, and here he has a dog, so I'm guessing he just has a dog normally. And of course, KiNi the Hound. He is, in this case, granting access to the Skyedex, I guess. Oh, I see what's going on here. So this is two people who are willingly bringing their information to the archive, to be archived in the Skynet. And that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. I imagine for a project like this, folks, this is kind of breaking the fourth wall and going to IRL. Folks probably do want to be involved in a project like this, and they'll bring information to do it. Ah, yes, Banana Juju. He makes Banana Juju look incredibly adorable in this shot. She's like just, cute little monkey girl looking for bananas. God, that's adorable. That's so adorable. This is interesting. We haven't seen him like this before. This is like, this looks like him proud. Like I'm guessing he hasn't probably completed the archive, but he's close. He's proud, and now he's going to open the door and show you. Okay, who do we have here? This is Ofted, I want to say is her name. Ovted with a V. Ovted Fatash or Fatah. I'm not sure how that's pronounced. And then behind him is Penny Bloomfield, and this is Gleeman. Yes, this is Penny Bloomfield here. I got confused in the Feeble Mind Shiver video because this is how I'm used to seeing her, is like this setup with the green hat and all the pins and stuff. But she was like in a white, green, Irishy looking outfit. Poor Eustace. Poor Eustace. In fairness, I saw one of his recent videos, and he dresses himself up in a maid costume and dances around in a restaurant and says, "Yeah, I deserve this." So I think he kind of lays the groundwork to be made fun of a bit in all these videos. He's not a bad guy though. He's actually a good listen. He does a good job breaking down various recent events in ways that are easy to digest. Man, his whole cameo, he doesn't look like he's actually, this character doesn't look like he's an intelligent creature, just a cat with a dunce cap. He's normally depicted anthropomorphically, so I don't think I've actually ever seen him depicted as just straight up a cat. All right. Well, that, I guess, is my introduction to Pdeudogrey. So I have zero excuse anymore. I can't misidentify him in any more videos. Bupella, I saw your comment on the Shiver video. So I'm doing this so I don't have an excuse anymore. So I won't be able to misidentify him. So I now know who Pdeudogrey is properly. I now have a better idea of who KiNi the Hound is, and hopefully I can do better moving forward. Once this funeral situation is sorted, I'm going to have so much more time on my hands, so much less concern on my hands. That's going to put me in a much better spot. So for now, that's all I have to say about this, my curious scholars. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.